you are asked to provide a forecast by your finance team, the thing I would do to start is understand where are we right now. So what data have we collected to date, meaning how much of our historical information is already loaded into the system, and then work forward from there to get to a forecast. In this example, we've got 2022 and 2023 first half data loaded, so through 7/2/2023. And our model it's looking really tight. It's in a great spot. And so if I were to predict the second half of 2023, what I would do is build over top of this existing actualized data. So in order to do that, we come over to our plans screen. And for the second half of 2023, I would go through a couple of just basic steps. So name my forecast. My starting point is that model that I've already created with data through the first half. And the date range will auto correlate with the end of that current model, and then we'll take us through whatever period I'm interested in. In this case, I'm trying to get through end of year this year. So I'll go ahead and mark that as the end of our forecast period. The next thing, and the most important thing, is to understand what that plan objective is. So in this case, we are forecasting a specific plan. Go ahead and select that as my objective. And then I've uploaded all of the investments that I'm planning on making across all of the channels that are part of my mix. That's reflected here. I can edit it directly if needed, but I'll go ahead and move through. Then we'll get to the external environment. So this is the part that will take a little bit of cross-functional collaboration. So anything that is just a monthly indicator is pretty straightforward. That will just pull through the dates based on the calendar, so no edits required there. But for a couple of key variables, we are going to want to check in with other team members, typically in category management or in finance, to understand what the projections are. So for the category, you'll see our algorithm just pulls this trend line forward automatically. Distribution, it's going to do the same thing. And then relative price will be the last. In this example, I know that we are going to be taking price right at the end of the year this year. So I'll go ahead and reflect that down at the bottom. That price relative to our competitors will go up a little bit right in the last month of the year. I also know that our team made some pretty substantial gains in distribution throughout 2022 and into 2023. And so I see that trend line has continued up, and I'm just going to go ahead and hold it flat for the rest of the year to represent that we'll maintain those gains, but we won't make anything additional. And then I'm going to keep the category trend really at its sort of flat level as it is today. And then I'll go ahead and simulate the plan. And now we have a forecast produced for the back half of the year. So I can see the total revenue for the business based on the plan I'm going to be putting into market, and the external environment assumptions that we have is going to result in an extra $3 million in revenue versus the first half of the year. I can also understand relative to the total sales volume, so the total point of sale information, how much of that is directly coming from the marketing that I've executed. I can also take a look at those profitability measures, and I can drill down as I need into each individual channel. We can also take a look at the contribution from base versus everything else. So I can see here that it's going to be 82% base driven. And then inside of that incrementality, we've got a split that is largely sort of concentrated toward trade, and then kind of goes down there into social media and TV. And I can go into each of these individual tactics. So social media, as an example, I have a few things that are underlying that. Of the $1 million that I'm spending in Facebook, I will be getting a profit return of close to $2. Instagram, I'm not spending as much, but I'm actually not getting a lower return. So I can see that Facebook is a little bit more efficient for me. And I can continue to explore from there. But at the end of the day, the main thing that my finance partners are going to be interested in is this contribution to the total volume. And so I've got that number right there, and I have it contextualized within the full revenue of the business as well.